James, thanks for your time. Congratulations for the movie. It's amazing. It's very creepy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The first question is, do you remember the first time that you read about the Warrens?
I do. Actually, the first time I came across the Warren was in a little TV movie, made-for-TV movie called The Haunted. And the Warrens, there were two characters in the movie that played Ed and Lorraine, and so that was my introduction into who they were. And so ever since then, I was back in high school at the time, so ever since then, I've kind of, been keeping an eye out on their life stories and stuff, and have always thought their lives would make for a really cool movie one day. Someone should tell a story about them, or at the very least do a documentary on them. And so when this opportunity came along, I was like, I didn't really want to do another haunted house movie after Insidious, but I just love the idea of telling a story about the Warrens so much that I said yes to it.
And do you remember the first encounter with Lorraine?
My first encounter? Yes, I was actually very nervous about meeting her, because of everything that I've read about her and all that stuff, but when I met her, I was kind of shocked at how cool she was. She was such a cool chick.
Yeah.
She was very friendly and very charming. She just struck me as like this, like someone's really cool grandmother.
And she said something about you, about the spirit, the light.
She did. Like her son-in-law told her, he goes, "Oh, why don't you read James?" And I was like, "No, don't read me, don't read me. I don't read my aura." But she did, and fortunately, it was positive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be too terrified right now.
Yeah. About the story, about the movie, how much is fact, how much is real, and how much is fiction?
Right. A lot of the experiences that they went through in the film, is as true as what they tell us, and the overall umbrella and story and all of that, is basically what happened to them in the world. Producers, the writers, and myself, we were pretty adamant about wanting to be very true to it, just because, for me especially, there's so many horror movies these days that say they're based on true stories, even though they're not really. They're just a little thing inspired, and they just use it more for marketing purposes. I didn't want my movie to just be that. So if I was gonna, have the based on a true story label, I wanted to be proud of it. I wanted that to be something I can be proud of and I can stand behind it. And so, so we worked very closely with Lorraine. Like the writers, Chad and Carrie would talk to Lorraine, during the whole writing process and just really pick her brains on every little thing. Even down to every little quirk that her character has, not just the scary stuff that she dealt with in her cases, but her character stuff, like how she was between her and Ed, right? So in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a love story, and so I think that brings a different flavor to the movie as well. It helps mix it more real. And one of the things that we wanted to put in the movie, Lorraine has chickens. She kept chickens as pets, and so we actually have a moment in the film where, she and her daughter in the movie feed these chickens in the film. We didn't dwell on it too much, but it just added to it.